work Real into this, but so far all smiles for the squad. Apologies for the quick reset, but we're ready to get into the action again as we're going to start off now. Map 1, Heretics Ultra, final series of the day. As Ultra are looking to push back to be a top team in this league, someone that's going to compete for titles, and Heretics are looking for any points they can find.
Yeah, Metals with a nice 2 to respond, and that's going to be 3 dead. A 1 versus 1 for hill control. Lucky Spawn will win it, so early P1 time going the way of Heretics. And yeah, they looked very strong on this map, and it was through the SMGs. This is when Vickle really got going because he struggled slaying-wise through maps 1 and 3. But came alive here on Vista.
Yeah, I think I kind of asked you, like, with it being a new map, maybe a little easier for him to adjust, whereas all the other subs, had such an advantage on other maps with timings and getting a feel for it. He seemed to be a much more of a rhythm here. We'll see if he can build upon that from what we saw last week. But the end of the hour, certainly for this team, was Real, and he's doing it again. The talent on full display as the headshots rip through and take a nice 30-point edge.
Yeah, nice time there at that P1, especially without trophies. Now the trophies start to go down, rotating over towards this P2. Envoy on the hill in a 1v1, but he does lose it to Lucky, so it kills kind of all over the place. Now, it's going to be 4 dead. Do you want to get aggressive to try to flip this? Doesn't look like it, so they're just going to relax for now. They know there's plenty of time here left on this second hill. Now, can they push this and maybe flip the spawns for our next couple of hills?
Heck, I mean, I know 3 and 4 can be so important, but if you can get 190 on the board through these first 2 hardpoints, how amazing that could be. But now you're doing what you need to do if you're Ultra. You're winning it from the front, still holding left side of the map, and finding some time. You desperately needed that because it felt like a flurry of 3 or 4 downs that you were facing. Envoy from 1 and 4 has gotten going as he's picked up 3. But now to maybe try and push through him, keep an eye on the number 2 on the minimap is Lucky, maybe looking to make a play.
Yeah, he's trying to find maybe a potential opening. He's able to win it, so there will be some focus on him on the hill. Real's able to win some scrap time, but Envoy immediately hunts down Lucky, and now this rotation with the second is won by Ultra. Focus now on the spawns, because that's where you see Vickle and Real trying to win some gunfights here for Heretics, but with the close spawns, Ultra in control.
Yeah, a nice moment there from Envoy, a guy who has had some struggles as of late, just whether it's been a controller issue, a confidence issue, whatever it's been, we know he can be a monster. Got to a rhythm later in a series last week. We'll see if he can do a little bit earlier this time around as we hop back to his POV and the 2 big ones on rotation to set them up. But now in the collapse, it's Heretics trying to find this time. And so far, it's all Ultra with the early time of the big 3 and 4.
Yeah, nice, 30 seconds there for Ultra. Gets them back into the game. Heretics focused on trying to rotate for this P4, maybe earn some scrap time. Here at our 3rd hill, you see Kleenex going to spawn all the way out. So if you're a Heretics, you're trying to just play some slow, disciplined COD to make sure you hold on to these spawns. They're doing that so far. That is Vickle up to 11, make it 12. Nice little 3-piece there. And that next hill is about to pop. That's when you want that to happen, and they hunt down Envoy trying to take a route.
And it seems like he's just got a good feel for this map early. Again, monster, map 4. Last week on Vista, doing it again right now. He's leading the way for all players, but it's going to be Deddy out for Envoy as he's looking to apply pressure. Unfortunately, bullets hit nothing but concrete. Kleenex, though, making the play.
Yeah, behind that second push, you hit the nade, couple go down, and then you put pressure right away on the hill. Ultra needed a break, and they got one right there. So a very good job. You see just the streak as a team. It was like 7 kills in a row for Toronto. Ultra led to that break, but immediately into the contest comes Heretics.
Yeah, they get into this pretty quickly. We'll stick with Scrap for now, who's trying to hold as best we can. 4 for Kleenex in a row. Scrap there with 3. Kleenex now, can he snap? He does exactly that. Up to 5. 1 away from a streak. Still up as that's Insight that's going to end up dropping. Over to Envoy with the MCW. He's able to get that kill. Kleenex is trying to be set up, give himself an easy one. His teammates are finding all the kills right now. He's going to snap again. He's able to do it. Cruz is earned. Tie game.
And this was so important about this position if you're playing right here at P1. Is that player on the hill? He wants to be up top bridge, looking down on this street. Get some angles, just play your life. But if you have P1 control, you have that angle, you're going to be able to deal with that player. Scrap, trying to contest. He knows pressure on him, but he's just trying to be an annoying. Well, he's doing just that, but his teammates get taken down.
Feels like there are going to be so many annoying fights at the bridge. Like, just, you have to expose yourself so much due to some of the positions to actually try and get a kill at times, but it's Heretics that are able to pick up all of them. So once you battle back for your Ultra, basically tie it up. Now, Rhythm over to Heretics. as they'll push this lead out once again. And just, yeah, so many little spots to just tuck away in at that hard point as our next one gets ready to pop.
Yeah, looks like Lucky trying to take a long route to potentially flip spawns. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but P1 and P2, this is where Heretics got a lot of time early on, really the difference in the score.
We'll see if they can do it again. Lucky, that streak will end at 5, so no crews earned for him. Real right there with Vickle. Really, these rivals for Heretics getting it done. Metals struggling a bit, but it doesn't really matter. Your front line doing all the damage, and you'll still enjoy this 40-point lead. Heretics trying to get this done, get a map 1 victory on the board. Let's go to a listen-in now with Miami Heretics.
Se fue de cara, de cara. Voy a agitar el scrap. Beto es muerto, otras en voy de cara. Me la miro yo. Vale, era en voy de frente. Te van a ir a la izquierda, creo. Te disparan desde pasar arriba. Estoy yendo por abajo izquierda. Están los por ATM. Muerto, hay uno en el por pasar la tarde. Ese uno está arriba ya en la siguiente. Voy a la izquierda, Javier Lechal. La izquierda por ahí. Vale, escúchame. Mantra barra. ¿Dónde estaba? Estaba por siguiente. Buena, falta el scrap siguiente y tiene que estar burger o algo. Van a estar los dos de cara, bro. Está full. Uno en ese uno, ese es mi punto. Estoy pinchando muy tocado. Vale, Clean abre medio TM. Vamos a ir juntos. Vamos a pillar el medio. Ahí no P1. P1 Clean, aguanta. Son 3 izquierda, Pero no está el de burger. Era P1 Clean. Está muerto. Vale, bueno. Punto a la izquierda. Vale. Y arriba burger y otro punto. Juego yo por los dos. Fuente. No le puedo hacer. Arriba burger muerto. Estoy pinchando un segundo. Estoy por el puente. Burger. Tengo yo el medio. Es una corta el último de frente. Era hacia open. Tengo yo el medio. Tengo el medio. Arriba burger, Lucky, mírame el cross. ¿Han podido hacer algunos hitos algo? Me matan desde medio. No, aguanta, arriba burger no nada. Te tengo abajo. Me van a medio. Voy por izquierda. No mueras. Voy por abajo yo. Voy contigo, Alex. No pincha nada de P1, No podía hacer out, Muerto, tío. Tranquilo, Alex. Otro más de segundo esperando. Te va a ir para el Siete muerto. Un tiro, este uno abajo. Sí, ese uno. Cara buena. No.
The advantage building for Miami. Heretics getting the work done. 60 points away from victory. We're going to double dip. Let's get right over to listen in now with Toronto Ultra.
Couch is dead. One more low pillar and shift. Pillars, I got stuck.
Slowly push.
He's on time. Pillars now.
Low ship. 6.
Got me.
Going low again. Still low. And one's going back steps one time.
Low, me, Jimmy.
Still short.
Shit.
Come on, pillars right now.
Back steps right now. Battle's dead.
Absolute.
Got the map, bro.
Pillars me maybe.
And low.
I'm in
low.
Low still.
He's back stairs.
Make sure you...
Right
side old. Deep stage, one shot on me.
Deep stage? Okay.
Let's keep short. Pushed out. That got me.
Pillars.
Shot you.
Dead. Last guy.
Rail. Push out rail. Let's go back to hill.
Love
out, no?
Toby ult.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
I don't see him. I don't see him ult. In the back.
One low ship.
2 P1.
I need the push.
And just laying on the steps. They could go tower.
I'll pick up tower.
We need help back here. Yeah, just hold one short.
Stun close.
Holding my low. Hold one short.
One.
2 pillars. 2 back here on me. 2 back here. Pillars. 2 pillars.
Pillars. Watch out pillars. He's in right corner.
Spawn front. Weak in the back.
Weaker.
Should have spawned here. P for you.
Hey, tower stairs.
Be backstage, bro.
Weak of me. Short.
Top burger.
Backstage.
Guard as well.
What's up corner hill?
Burger. A burger on the right side.
I spawned back.
That one more mid of me.
Well, Joe, there were a lot of differences in those listen-ins, one being language, but Ultra sounded like a little odd at times, right?
Yeah, obviously Kleenex has that little oopsie, right? You try to time that. If you don't, you kind of get caught outside the map. But yeah, obviously a newer map. I'm not sure how many reps that they've had, but this is an Ultra team that is just... They kind of just know exactly where they need to be all the time, and you just weren't hearing that throughout the listen.
Like
what kind of play that they wanted to make, where they wanted to go. And maybe it just comes down to that.
Yeah, it seemed like indecisive or hesitant with comms sometimes. 100% is...
or honestly, like, what did they want to call something still? Like, still going through basic calls.
Yeah. It seemed like awkward at times, honestly. But Heretics, a point away from the victory. Ultra will have to bring this one back from the depths. Just 1 point needed. And they rip off 100 straight, somehow get the win. But, I mean, so far, assuming you're able to win this if you're Heretics, this has been 2 reps we've seen here. Vickle has looked very solid. This team is finding dubs.
I mean, that's just it. It's really, they just look ahead. Metals with over 2 minutes on the hill. They have an idea, an identity, how they want to play this map. They're able to find a ton of time at P1 and P2. Give them that early lead. But it looks comfortable.
No, it really
looks
does.
Like they went into this stage with the idea, with this team change, we're going to focus hard, especially on Vista.
And then the other side, yeah, it was just weird because I guess we're so used to Ultra. Like, they've always been
Calm.
pretty calm with calls. Like, we'll see them on Skid Row break a P2 and barely say anything. Like, they've always been a little different than a lot of teams, but that just seems sort of, it was just weird. Like, I looked at you with like a question mark on my face. Like, what am I listening to?
Yeah, no, honestly, it should have just been like, where'd that guy shoot me from? What are we calling that again?
Sorta, right?
Yeah, like just sort of basic call-outs.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you're in a top 4 team, you're trying to get reps under your belt, and that's part of it. That is part of it. But yeah, Miami looking great here on Vista.
I guess I sort of struggle to think that's a thing. Like, as much as, yeah, it's new in the matches. Like, they've been discriminated for a few weeks. But I would hope.
Yeah, like a week,
Yeah.
10 days. That long.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe they didn't know if they were going to play this.
Maybe we're just overanalyzing it. I just know if
maybe we're making stuff up.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it just sounded a little strange.
It
for a
definitely
second
wasn't
there.
the Ultra that Chance loves.
Yeah, true. But less about them and more about Heretics. Like you said, they've got a game plan. They have a way they want to play it. I can't break down the list in, but the passion was flowing. The plays were being made. Whereas some of the struggles came through for maybe Vickle and Metals on some of the maps we've been playing here for months. They seem to be clicking here quickly.
Well, they do. Yeah, again, just an early lead. SMG's leading the way. Metals had a big 3-piece towards the second P2. I think it was right around here. Gets them on the hill, then they're able to flip. Cruise doesn't really matter. Just a solid map here for Miami. And as I said, kind of could be an upset day, but still only one map.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one big upset, one pretty decisive 3-0 that we expected. Now here, already made a bit more interesting just by the Heretics' victory, and they get a convincing one. Nearly 100-point advantage. I mean, what? You're tied at P4, and you just do not look back.
Look at the P1 and P2s. You get 38, and then you go up to 65, and then on the second set, you're 126, you go up to 160. You got around 30 to 31. Like, that's great for a P1 and a P2.
Yeah. I mean, especially the first set through. I mean, sometimes you'll see second set's a little bit different, right? Like, you're not, if you're
you have trophies set up.
You get set up, you got trophies. Like, that'll play out differently. But, yeah, it's a hell of an opener through the first 2 points, that's for sure. Now, as we get deeper into this, we're getting ready to head to Karachi, Search and Destroy, followed by Invasion Control, Karachi Hardpoint, and Invasion Search if needed. So that will be in with the new for the Vista, and just like that, out with the new. Nothing else kind of coming in here. Won't see any 6-star, no more Vista throughout it. So we'll take a look at this. I don't know. I assume Ultra is going to be better from the get-go here going forward.
Yeah, I think for, stats-wise, you look at Karachi Search and Destroy, a much stronger Karachi team is Toronto Ultra. But, you just saw the comeback from Miami Heretics. But it's probably a good thing for Toronto. A little VOD to study what Real was doing, try to maybe isolate him. You're not going to have a lot of different strategies, defaults, because you're such a new, young team still with Miami.
Yeah, and I wonder partly if, like, Ultra, even they've made some changes on their side, still kind of that same mentality. Remember when we had, like, Bance on our podcast, like, yeah, we're talking a year or two ago, but he talked about, he's like, we never, like, over-practice. We get in, we run through our map sets, we get off, we call it a day. They won't sit there and necessarily grind and bash their head against the wall trying to work to improve things. And I think it's really worked out well for this organization. But if that's still a thing, maybe sometimes when new maps come into play, that's where it will hurt you. Some teams might put in that extra work when a new map comes in, and you might get on board a little bit slower.
Yeah, and it should just be just like a warm-up for the series, right? Like, yeah. Sometimes they didn't even warm up. They just hopped on.
No, I just remember Bance said, like, listen, it could have changed, but you still have CleanX and Insight here, so I imagine there's still some similarities. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of
foundation.
That sort of grind mentality that a lot of teams have had throughout the history of our esport. Much less so with them, which always surprised me. Like, we're going to get in, we're going to do our work, and then we're going to call it a day and hang out.
Yeah. But it's worked out pretty darn well.
It has.
For the organization. But yeah, it's still only one map. Vista Hardpoint, Miami have looked comfortable on. They're up to 2-0 now. As Ultra going to look to get back up to square in the series. And this is just a game mode they want to continue to work on. Make it a strength for them going into their major.
But you really do have a chance if you're Heretics to, like, go up 2-0. We just kind of think about, they look solid in some searches. Yes, they had to come back and really bring it back on the map 2 versus Boston, but Real was a difference for them. He put up double digits both times. They win their searches where they have really kind of struggled throughout the course of this year. If they become a more constant factor in that, they're able to take a 2-0 edge. Sure, maybe we got another upset looming.
Smiling, having a good time. Probably just getting so early, trying to figure out what they want to do, go over their prep that they had. coming into this series, just reminding each other what their sort of goals were today.
Hopefully we hop into this map too shortly, and we'll continue on. Just shots of the guys as they're chatting through everything. Metals, I mean, yeah, maybe the switching roles. He's not flying. He's not quite that same pace, but you said just kind of soaking up the time. It was 2 minutes in the hard point. Filling his role. S&D metrics for the last 60 days for these two teams, and it's been a big talking point for Ultra too. I mean, they were just slamming people at the first major. I know hardpoint was kind of their go-to, but the search was solid. Since then, not been the case. I mean, last 9 maps you see at 2 and 7, it has fallen apart.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is the opening duel win percentage. That is very surprising to me when you have 2 players on your team. First of all, Scrap's going to take any one-on-one that he wants, right? And then second of all, you have Envoy and Kleenex. So, I mean, you have those 2 who are just, they definitely want to set the pace. But this is some of the highlights between Miami and Boston from last week. Yeah, it was 5-1.
5-1, okay, I couldn't remember 5-1 or 5-2, but there we got to see it. So 5-1, they bring it back. And typically, I mean, we were watching on Karachi, when it was like a B setup, 3-man, the one guy at the offsite, the lurk role was Real, and he was really doing a great job from that position. And I mean, you got some VOD to work with if you are Ultra on how they were making plays, but he was finding his spots and he was striking. No,
it was, yeah. Just a lot of the times right through the middle of the map, so they're gonna have to try to find those timings throughout red. But honestly, this was just one where early on for Boston, it was like they were holding down B time and time again. As we look back at this match just from last week, again, it's very similar Vista they were able to win, and then one on that high rise, and then Boston kind of got away from that B defense. They're like, sooner or later, they're going to go away. And Miami just never did.
No, they really didn't. They really didn't.
Right back to it.
It's kept hitting it, but we just got an update from our producer. I guess just figuring out some server stuff currently and hopefully getting into it here momentarily. But if you're wondering why there's been a little bit more downtime between maps 1 and 2, just solving something as soon as we are good to go. We'll keep you updated, but that's why we had the brief pause here and maybe a little bathroom break for Metals.
Yeah, I mean, could have always happened too. Maybe some of the chaos in the comms, just stuff not going the way for Ultra.
Oh, true. That would actually
just external factors.
We were trying to figure out why the comms sounded a little bit weird. Yeah, for all we know, we missed the part that they were raging about connection or something. Yeah, which could very well be the case.
Yeah,
we're kind of guessing at this point, but definitely seems something was a little bit off for them. So as the admins and stuff try to work through this, and Kleenex dances. We'll look to continue on here shortly, but obviously with competitive integrity, want to have a fair playing field, or as fair as possible, and we'll continue on.
Yeah, and again, just looking at these 2, I mean, Vitule and Scrap, they were on that Ultra Challengers team.
Yeah,
what, Vanguard? And then since then, I'm pretty sure Scrap's destroyed him in most of their battles. But
yeah, that's for sure.
I think these 2 always love matching up versus one another.
And just a reminder, as we're watching Ultra, or looking to continue watching Ultra, they have a major coming up, and then at the end of the year, it's going to be our championship weekend event just announced today. Tickets on sale at optic.link/champs. It'll be July 18th through 21st of this year.
Yeah, tickets are already on sale. Make sure to get them. I'll be honest.
Why not?
This is early.
You were pumped about that.
Yeah.
You usually, I mean, Joe just used to work, the background quite a bit more before I selected him to have the very lucky position of being my commentary partner. He worked on everything. You were doing league ops and dealing with all sorts of things, and lots of little things still trigger you. And one thing that will definitely trigger you is when ticket sales go on sale right before an event, it's real late. You're like, why? We're just setting ourselves up for failure. Let's get tickets on sale as soon as we can. So when you saw this, you were like, yes.
Yeah, and obviously the Arlington Esports Stadium that's always packed. So yeah. I just if you're thinking about going to Champs, figure that out soon, because that is a crowd that is ready to go. So
absolutely.
Get your seat.
That'll be a wild one, but they're still resolving some issues right now on the server side. We're hoping to continue shortly, but while they figure it out, we're headed to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Hello there at home and hanging out, waiting for us to get going. They were in the process basically of going through the teams and admins to test another server. Last we heard, it was looking pretty good. We should know in a minute or two if we're ready to rock. If not, they have to test another one. We're probably going to say bye-bye for a moment, but good news is I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. But yeah, I mean, obviously Miami winning that map 1. But yeah, you know, you see those orange boxes, that packet burst happens in ranked. Happens to these guys at times, and it makes you want to punch a monitor.
Yeah, no, it certainly does, but trying to resolve that, obviously, just for competitive integrity of the league and get it figured out, and then we continue on. Heretics up 1-0. Just a reminders we'll keep bringing up. You can get tickets right now to the next major, which will be in Toronto. Tickets just went on sale today as we're getting ready for Champs that just got announced. So a bunch of stuff you can look into as you're looking to go to a live event, and watching online can be great, but being in person is absolutely amazing. Championship Weekend 2024 again just announced today. Try to get involved if you're interested, but it should be a marvelous time.
No, it should. They had like the floor plan. It looks like it's gonna be like 360.
Oh, I didn't even seen that yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's gonna be like we're gonna have screens. It's like a giant bowl. It's not just half the arena. It's gonna be sweet.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
what's that gonna mean for us, dude?
We'll probably be in a closet, but that's okay.
No, there's been some years where like, oh, bro, the like setup of the event looks so awesome. They're like, where are we casting? It's like, you're over there. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Dude, there was that one. What was the one we had?
Pretty good lately.
Oh, I can't remember the one Champs. Was it BO3? There was one where we had to do like the first couple group days and something. We literally like stole a desk because the shot looks so silly. I'm pretty sure I stole a desk out of like I broke into a locked room at the venue and got a desk and stole it.
No, it's Orlando.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. No, we were in that side room. I remember that.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
I was a desk thief.
We had some memories.
Listen, was trying to improve the shot, but reminder of the maps and modes, and just got told I think the server looks good, so we should be firing into it again, but a little bit of a cool-off here for the players before we get into the Karachi Search and Destroy. I think we are going. Okay, we're ready to go. Players getting locked and loaded. Thank you again for your patience at home. We love you all. Listen, you're watching us or a watch party, or you're hearing a little bit of both. Zenny's probably talking about food. You were distracted through all that.
Yeah, it's been a nice chicken parm. They go a long way tonight. That's my chicken parm duo.
Oh boy, this was the match where he really got going kind of in the map 2. He goes 12-4. He said he sprinted people trying to get Gunny up because struggled in the map 1. But now, here we go. Map 2 underway. Offense for Ultra is Kleenex lurking, looking to pounce out towards mid. We'll see how the setup goes down.
Yeah, and obviously you want someone like Envoy to be more consistent in respawns, but if he's taking over in some search games, he's just gonna live and die by it at times. It's kind of, I think I would be more excited if I was an Ultra fan with that, to see him go 12-4, just completely take over a mode. But first blood getting the other way. Heretics, they were ready for it as they find 2. Insight does find 1 backs away. So a 2-on-3 for him and Kleenex.
Now, Real's going to be a guy to watch here on offense or defense. So often be like the low man towards A. They'll have a bigger setup towards B and mid on offense or defense. And he's the guy that's either got to lurk and find a timing, or he's the guy that's got to slow things down and buy time for his team to transition over. He was so good the first time we saw him. We'll see if we can do more of that here. But right now, we'll see what Heretics can do with the 3 versus 2. You're trying to find a bomb plant if you are Ultra, and time is dwindling.
Yeah, it's really just info right now, right? You see number 1 Metals. He's just basically saying, plant this bomb. We'll try to retake this in a 3-on-2. Kleenex is inside a fountain from up top, just waiting on a rotation. But here we go. Metals is going to spot 1. Tries to put some shots in, but really, he just cannot die here. And, well, it doesn't matter. Lucky's there to watch over him. Takedown inside. Bomb is done. No time on the clock. There we go. Great round from Miami Heretics.
Yeah, starts with Real getting the first blood, and then from that point on, just, yeah, nice patience, nice discipline, no dumb deaths to throw anything away. Sort of just make Ultra battle the clock, not you.
Yeah, I mean, Kleenex is in a great spot if there's a rotation from a Miami player to try to catch the planner up top B, but they just kind of let it go. Rely on Metals as soon as he gets a sight of them. It's just, hey, rotate on over.
Yeah, maybe Real tries to rotate, gets caught, suddenly you 2v2 and you plant that bomb up at A. Like, things can fall apart. Sometimes better just to put your controller down. just wait. You get more information by making them do something. That's exactly what they do. Now, offense over to Heretics. We'll see how they opt to play. It's going to be kind of 2 men to tango over towards red, but it's a first blood once again for Heretics. It's Lucky that's able to find it. It's Real spotting for info, taking some tags, but hitting the stun.
And CleanX is maybe in a bit of trouble here. You have a couple of players inside of red. There was one player watching the pinch. That was Metals, but CleanX able to reposition, so nice work from him. As you said, Real kind of in that red area. That's where he was all the time last week. But now they just kind of slow things down, and I like this for Miami. Try to make Toronto make you play, but it's Envoy who finds the opening, and, well, CleanX is there for the second.
Yeah, sometimes relying on Ultra to make a play and trying to bait them into it works. Sometimes they're going to win their gunfights. And exactly what they do. I thought maybe Vickle has one, but on his belly goes Envoy, wins a big one, and Ultra start to pick them apart. Pretty passive again if you're Heretics. Ultra, they dictate the pace.
Yeah, it's just kind of going one at a time, and that's just all the SMGs. Envoy and CleanX, they win every single individual gunfight around the map. You know, you kind of saw Miami just sort of waiting. Who was the initial point man? It was Real. Trying to get to that top AC, trying to get to that ladder and make the play. Instead, he gets caught. His Ultra duo able to tie up the map.
You got both first bloods so far if you're Heretics. We'll see if they can continue that trend, but you're going to need to capitalize on them early and often. Real, once again, kind of low man over by A, but the action all going towards B. So we'll keep an eye on his lurk roll when he tries to come across, but he's going to need to start rotating early because you already lose Vickle.
Yeah, it's just a timing, right? He's trying to hop on up. He's not thinking anyone's going to swing through that, but Lucky down low, able to find two. Just kind of lurking, waiting, prone behind that barricade and makes the play.
And that's a frustrating one. That's a real frustrating one if you are Ultra. You have the numbers, but you got a 4-on-2 there. Real is not involved yet. He finally gets over, but Lucky's done all the work. And it's just CleanX now. 40 to go, stomping around, deady to use, but in a 1 versus 3 and a heady like that, he's going to hold on to it for now. Heretics. Another first blood? Oh, sorry, not another first blood, but the round one.
Yeah, and that could just be an info play, right? Because obviously you get that stun on the Vickle, and maybe you're thinking that is the one player over towards B. So Envoy just goes through the archway, able to find it. Maybe you're not expecting Lucky to be in this spot. Gets great timing on Scrap, and then Envoy's on the bomb. He tries to hop off it, does get a shot in. But that could just be, hey, we got the one player, pushed on up towards B, bomb is open. Instead, it was Lucky just lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, and he gets that slide. Like, Envoy probably loses him, too. He just slides past bomb, hard fight when you're coming off of it, and they get the round. Right up the gut we go. Just challenge it, backing it down. Metals with the first blood, challenges the second, though. Trying to climb and still able to win it. It's Real.
Yeah, stun hits.
Ooh, I thought he was in trouble as he's climbing the ladder, but it's clean, and his headshots across for Heretics. Scrap now last up, 1 versus 3. His shot's looking pure. As Lucky is smoked, he knows he's got one more here, able to spot him. 1 versus 1 now, and he's centered on his forehead, top AC, but just not fast enough.
Yeah, and you see Vickle just kind of laying there. He's just buying time. All he's doing is saying he knows he's going to try to check this angle. Real, you have to get here. And he does, so.
Those are clean shots, because he.
Yeah, no.
I'll be honest.
You aren't wrong.
If he misses a bullet or two there, he might get zapped, because Scrap was
with
shooting.
the rival, if you get off just a little bit, some flinch comes in. Adios.
I might be exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure the dot was on his forehead when Scrap started to shoot. I don't think he was going to miss, but.
That is just pure aggression, though, out of Heretics, right through the middle of the map.
Again, it was double digits from Real, both their searches against Boston. He's on 4-1 right now, so once again, doing a great job. A little bit of a different defensive setup look this time from Heretics. First blood for Vickle. Lucky follows it up. Ultra falling apart.
Hey, and that's just, I mean, you get Scrap on the flank, does Vickle. Now they reposition, trying to hunt down insights. Maybe a double slide on this. It feels like that's going to be the call. I mean, it wasn't a double slide, but it was a single. Metals wins the gunfight, but you have your teammates help. Nice teamwork. And nice timings there for Heretics as they are now up 4-1.
What kind of worked out they didn't double chow because then you bait Envoy and thinking maybe it's one and there's just another player lurking and waiting. Started with Vickle, ended with Vickle. He had all the info in the world and they just seem to be a step ahead right now. And maybe the win over Boston wasn't all that impressive. Granted, we don't really know what to expect from Boston. We've seen them play one time with the new change. Maybe they're hell of a lot better than we realized. Maybe the same can be said for Heretics, but it's looking good right now against Ultra, up 4-1.
Yeah, and there was just some tough timing for Scrap. He was repositioning Junk, just trying to back on up, and that's when Vickle catches him for that first blood. Now you just kind of slow things down. Last offense, it was just right through the middle. Now it's just sort of this slow spread, trying to work a pick. Almost have it, does medals on a Scrap.
This might be another one of those scenarios where once the info is given, they see bombs start to work towards B, that we'll see if Real can make the play. On the Ultra players over towards A. We'll hop to his POV for a second, kind of see what he's working with. Is just spotting for info. I think I thought he saw him. It's so awkward. He's laying there. The call to come in. He's able to get the kill, but Real out of it. Now to 3 versus 3.
And they take their time through the middle of the map. Lucky's able to get in this spot. Just Scrap cheated on over top AC. You had one player in inside just sort of watching for the B info. Kleenex though on the pinch. Able to get the player on the bomb. It's just these openings, these timings our players are finding. It's Lucky on one side, Kleenex on the other. Now trying to spot this planner, but Metals very smartly switches up which side of the bomb he plants on. Could just come down to this.
Oh, the timing. Oh, so bad for Kleenex, I thought. But he snaps and gets the headshot. The rival goes boom. Nice shots from Lucky, though, to get one. Trying to check it through the smoke. Not going to happen. Already on the defuse, and it is done.
Yeah, as soon as you see that smoke go down, you're like,
yeah.
This is screwed. But if Metals is able to win it, you just waste some more time off the clock. You put Lucky into a better position, but doesn't happen. That is the rival. The headshot. 8 HP was Kleenex.
Listen, it's a little bit different than like being in a staircase per se, but like it's like an outside. But when you get that, we've all been there, where you just, right as you turn to look to the steps to go up, somebody honestly crosses you on your right, you don't see him.
If he has Deddy, he might just win that, but instead he doesn't have Deddy. So Kleenex hears the sound cue.
Oh, that had to have been a sound cue. I don't think he saw it.
No.
It had to have been. Oh, so it looks like from our POV, and he snaps. 8 HP, but a hell of a win. Vickle, another first blood, though. A nade will hit. Bomb. It's by itself right now. Over towards A.
And honestly, outside of the 1v3 Scrap almost had, he's been pretty much out of the play. Hasn't had much impact. Real, though, trying to make the play, find the opening. He is shut down, so into a 3v3.
Well, you know what he always says, get me to a hard point.
Yeah, no. Never know what he's going to do on a hard point.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out.
Vickle, second in this. 3 versus 2 now. Ultra players split for now. Nice patience here from Vickle. I was worried he shot a little too soon and didn't guarantee the kill, but
I think he... Yeah, I'm very scared there.
Vickle working on the ace, though, I believe. He's got 3 in this. Envoy, last player up, 25 to go. He'll be able to get the plant down, give an opportunity for Vickle to maybe work the ace.
Just how does he reposition, right? He's going to wrap all the way through his Envoy, and this is kind of an opening. Wow, Vickle checks that! The read on the pinch. Are you kidding me?
That's an ace and a half for Vickle. You're thinking the long wrap's going to pay off. Vickle picks it up.
I thought he's just waiting on Lucky, and they were going to go through red, but he just pops up and he's like, I'll check this.
He's reading it. Starts with a little nade onto Scrap, I think, which is the first blood. It is 5-0 right now. As Heretics are all smiles. They are running through Ultra.
5-1, yeah.
5-2. Yeah.
It's a Codcaster.
No, Codcaster bug got me good there. I just like, out of the corner of my eye, I saw 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh, it got me good. It got me real good. Curse you, Codcaster. But one more round. They're at the 5 part, right? As Vickle's taking his heater into the next round. Metals utility exhausted. Not going to connect, but pick it up. Broken. And trying to get the shots in. Now he's trying to play his life. You imagine he stayed alive so long, some help's going to come in. That's exactly what's going to happen. Real tries to get in position, but he's going to end up dropping. Metals tries to reposition. He will fall.
It's behind that pole. Maybe he wins that gunfight, but tries to reposition. That's when Scrap catches him, and Scrap is all the way in junk, so does get spotted.
It's amazing what some people can do with a pole.
You're all wrong. I mean, yeah, especially in this game. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Bickle looking for number 5. On 8 HP, just smoke out. Lucky, little bang through the wall. Now up to 9 and 4. Down, up, around, trying to get through position. Grenade up, hold that. Chow with it. Not gonna hit though, comes up a little bit short. Now Scrap just kind of playing with his food. 30 seconds on the clock. Good luck winning that one. I like that. I mean, tries to time the name well. Nade will just have to get a shot or two in if you're able to do it. Unfortunately, Nade ends up a little bit short.
Yeah, Scrap able to give them that man advantage, and just not a lot of room to work with. Kind of forced to go into B. I mean, maybe now that you're an athlete, you can look into that, like those classes for that.
Are you saying that I should look into pole dancing classes for exercise, Joe?
Dude, the amount of like core strength you need for that is insane.
And I've been saying I got my kettlebells. I want to work on my core strength with some workouts.
Maybe look into it. Those are athletes.
Maven evolves his commentary career into being an exotic dancer. But Kleenex now looking to try and find the timing through. Hit to 11 HP. Will get pushed out and dropped before.
Bomb planted up behind the smoke, so doable enough.
Ooh,
that would have made it a little bit easier. But Envoy's just crawling away as smoke is down. What is happening?
It's chaos. We're hitting it through the smokes, and the smokes end up paying off for Toronto Ultra. Now Lucky's trying to find his timing. Maybe gets on through, but it's a frustrating one. Things collapse, and Ultra gets the wind. They're magicians, as the chaos is just all over the bomb site.
Well, I bet the comms were all over the place. I don't know if they knew it was 2 players. 1 player's flying out. Another smoke is down. And you're seeing why smokes.
Imagine 8 of them.
Yeah. Or having one every single life. But that is just unreal stuff from Ultra. Just all the slides, the timings, and of course winning those gunfights.
It was 5-2, now 5-4. Bit by bit, back into it. 3 straight for Envoy and Insight. Seeing if they can push this to around 11 to be massive here. Looking down at an 0-2 deficit. Heretics have been on match point. They've been getting a flurry of first bloods. Will be a first blood to maybe close it out.
Set this up.
You distract him, then you hit it. Vickle finds it. It has been the blender for Scrap. He's 4 and 8. Envoy will get one though. So now we go to a 3 versus 3. Bomb starting to work up, and they win the big fight. They had a 2-on-1 here, but they do it clean. They don't lose anybody, and they take Kleenex out of it. So now bomb getting planted by Lucky.
There's a lot of moving parts here. Inside might get good timing, or it might be horrible. It's going to force a 2-on-2, and now, while this is going on, Envoy's working the pinch. But it looks like maybe they have an idea. Maybe they heard him. Not exactly sure. Maybe they're just watching it again, as Vickle going to lose this one. Envoy taking over double digits again. He spots the last. The shots are in. 25 seconds to work to defuse. Real has to check the bomb. Instead, he finds an Insight, and we're going to a round 11.
And the guys that were both on 3 in a row both get 2. I think it's 5 straight for either. So in around 11, a couple chances maybe to earn a streak if you can get it early and has time to even come into play. But to round 11 we go. And that's I mean, Vickle heard him stopping around, and Envoy just snaps to win that first one, the 2 versus 2.
Yeah, I mean, just hits the slide. Yeah, it hits an unreal shot, but Envoy thriving right now in Search and Destroy. See, he's up to 11. He had Insight close to double digits as well.
So what, you had the 2-5 comeback, or sorry, the 1-5 comeback of your Heretics in our last series. Now they're maybe gonna be victims of a very similar scenario. Round 11. Here we go. Similar setup kind of for Heretics. Real.
They get the hit markers, so I think they know nobody probably trusts to be behind that, but look at this. It goes behind enemy lines, but Kleenex is going to spot him watching the pinch. Now you're hoping he finds one. Not going to happen. Almost with the play of the game instead. A first blood for Envoy.
He is so close to finding a timing and just breaking up this entire push. COD can be a game of milliseconds in there. Just getting the angle. It's Envoy.
Active Envoy, the cruise.
that gets the streak, looking to connect. He doesn't hit, but Insight does. He's able to get the headshot. Heretics collapsing, 2 versus 4 now.
And then you gave Insight a cruise. Oh no, this is just disaster for Heretics.
All the info in the world. They know where the last player is. Picked apart and dropped. The comeback is in for Ultra. Unbelievable stuff there. And yeah, no, that's why, worst case, you have 2 5 sprees going into it. Maybe you get 2 streaks. I know they don't get the kills, but you definitely get some info. But I'll tell you what, Vickle gets through clean, and that's probably a kill or 2.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the rounds where Ultra really started to get back to the game. It was sort of those chaotic ones, right? Just lots of trades, some of those 2v3 scenarios. It's a nice game out of Metals and Lucky, damage-wise, but it was not enough. Scrap still with 2,000, but it just felt like he just had some unlucky timings, but Envoy takes over 13 in 6 and leads the comeback.
Yeah, probably a lot of those fights are just like heady-to-heady. You know, you're tickling them with the MCW at range. I'm sure there's a ton of that for Scrap. But yeah, Envoy, what? It was that map 2 where he bounced back last week, goes 12 and 5. Has a big one here, 13 and 6. What did it end up being?
8 to 3.
Oh, I figured it had to be real lopsided because you were finding so many first bloods if you were Heretics. And that one's going to be very, very painful. And now maybe you breathe some life into this Ultra team as they get ready for an invasion control.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you talk about causing upsets, those are just the maps you can't let slip away.
Yeah, because I mean, beating a top 4 team is, you know, what we saw in our last series, or sorry, first series today. Like even when you go up 2-0, it can be so difficult. But if you're going to get it done, a lot of times that's how it's going to get done. But they just fall a little bit short in the search and destroy. Can't get it done there. You know, I was wondering if having a bit of a break after the map 1 as the server stuff was figured out was going to maybe hurt Heretics if they came out so hot in the map 1, but then they come out hot here and they're dominating and it just falls through the cracks. But we'll be tied up at 1-1, but get ready for invasion control. We're quickly going to a break. We'll be right back.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty Week. The Call of Duty Week is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Here we go, ready to get back at it and get to a map 3. It's been wild so far. Nice upset in the map 1 for Heretics. Ultra Answer go to around 11. I've got people in my mentions offering to teach me how to pole dance. It's got wild through those first 2, Joe, and we're going to continue on.
Absolutely, yeah, we're just 2 maps into this one. We're headed to an invasion control where, I mean, stage 1, this was Heretics' home. Invasion, they loved playing that.
Yeah, I feel like that's where a lot of their wins and upsets came early on.
But I don't know how much they've seen lately. Is there 3-3 on the year? Yeah. On the other side for Ultra, 5-4. You can see this man Scrap. Damage ranked #1. He has had some insane moments on invasion control.
Yeah, there have been times where I'm not sure his 3 teammates spawned in, but it's okay because he had enough damage and kills to carry the rest of them. Like, there have been... It's not that often where you say with a professional team, like, oh, they got put in the backpack, but there have been a couple controls on Invasion where Scrap has just put up absolutely nutty stuff where you are just locked in every single second.
And probably after that frustrating map #2 that he had, obviously they get the win. He probably wants to do that. Maybe set another damage record.
Yeah, we'll see what he's capable of here, but yeah, no, he's been terrific. Just at Major 2 at the land, just every time, man, just headshots, just clean as can be. Seems to be pre-aiming and ready for every single fight. But you know, you're on to A quickly here. You get, you get what, 1 tick, and now we maybe think about the other side of it, but you still have 1 lurking here. It's gonna be Envoy.
Yeah, he's just kind of waiting here, right? We've kind of seen this sort of transition play, or all right, all this focus is over towards B. Maybe I can sneak onto the point, make an individual play, but he's gonna shoot, and that is just a tough gunfight through that car. So. Nice win from Vickle. Now the focus over to B.
Clinics and Scrap doing their work to try to give them some room here to work with. Envoy back off spawn. He's able to find a pick. First bit of progress is done. Purple still in the feed. Metals is still lurking.
But they didn't hit him, so they're not going to know he's there. Yeah, he's going to pop out. Able to find 1, but at least you're there for the trade.
Yeah, I was thinking for sure that he was going to hit, so...
No, he threw it inside. Yeah, Metal's just outside that doorway.
Doesn't look like it's going to matter too much. You're still going to find that next tick, and progression should be done.
They might try to go right to A. Look at this. You get 2 kills. Insight and Scrapper very far pushed up. But waiting for their teammates. Not going to try to cross, going to save their lives, play map position. They're up 7, 8 lives. They are in control. As that's all 4 dead, 6 in a row. Well, just what we talked about.
It's not just him. I mean, that sequence there, you got the 1 kill for Metals when he was lurking. That was the only...
13. It's 13 in a row.
That was the only kill. The rest was just Ultra.
That was dominant.
You might have 2 kills apiece on Heretics. And... listen, that sometimes makes sense when you're on the offensive side of invasion control. Not so much when you're on defense. That was abysmal. Like, you can't put up 8 kills on a defense on invasion control.
You can't, but they did. But
yeah, maybe they got more. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, 9.
They got 9.
It's okay. But yeah, 2 4 sprees. Scrap did get the cruise. You're in the driver's seat now if you're Ultra.
Yeah, no, that's one way to put it. You might be the driver's seat, only one in the car, only one with a car, and it's a race of cars, but the other people are on feet, Joe.
I think you win that one.
I don't know what I'm saying half the time, but we'll see if they can keep it going. Awkward fight there. Real able to take it. He follows up with a second, so great opener for him.
Real's got a car.
He sure does. It's a tank. As Real's running through him, and he'll now get on to A. I'll tell you, they just come out and smoke them on offense. I don't know if it's just not invasion control as I know it, Joe. And what are we watching? But Kleenex is able to come in and get the clean up. He's on 7 in a row, so another cruise now to work with. So all sorts of utility here for Ultra.
Because of all that damage that they did over towards A, B is clean. So you're going to have a lot of lives to work with. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. 27. This is going to be a tough hold here for Ultra. A long one, at least.
Yeah, and like you might need to... it's going to be so hard to get it done through lives on this map, but like, you got to think with 2 cruises, Like, you've got bailouts on A twice. Assuming you get good use, it depends on the timing.
They're hard to hit. It's
You're
hard to
right.
get in
You're
there.
right. You're right. Depends. Well, you want. Hopefully, you're using it at timing before they actually get across.
Right.
Like when all hell breaks loose. But you do have a little bit of extra help, so you have to get a lot of pressure here. I think if you're Heretics, you're going to win this. You got to get pressure like early and often.
These kills very important here for Ultra. Now they had map control. The last player alive was Metals as he was finessing around, but so much work to do, and they can't get past step one. Real is just running around. You have a 10 spree out of CleanX. He is 12-1.
Yeah, 1 death at this point for CleanX is absurd. We're deep into round 2. I mean, this reminds me, remember Major 1? He had a couple maps. Like, his stats were insane. Like, the guy was putting on a mixtape. Just everything he did was working out. But we'll see if the double digits can continue as he looks to find more. The centering is on point. He's trying to stay up. Little pop-up and hello. As the streak is now to 11, 13-1. As the freak keeps going. Streak up to 12.
Yeah, maybe reposition that one. Shooting the Renetti, trying to find that player. But that 2 minutes and 18 seconds is long gone. It is now 45. The life advantage is long gone.
CleanX still shooting. Shooting his teammates even. That's where the streak will end. Put some shots to the back of Scrap, and then Metals is able to get the kill. So call it 2 basically for Metals. And now is that maybe going to end up being an opening? You get one person onto his Metals, he's going to drop pretty quickly. You haven't had to use the streaks. Insight will get a double to help him out. Pushing out the cuts to try to stagger this even more will be Envoy, who's been hanging out as CleanX has been frying.
I say, you do have Vickle pushed up. I thought he was going to lurk and find a kill. Looks like he just repositions. Him and CleanX were going at it for a moment. Nothing really comes to that. He's just been waiting for his teammates off spawn. Now pops out, then he gets team shot down. So perfect round 1 offense for Ultra and a great hold at A for a long time, but it's CleanX who really just stands out.
Yeah, it was a little shaky in moments there for Ultra, but yeah, typically you aren't going to lose a round when you've got somebody on 13 in a row, whatever it ended up being, and still have the streaks to use.
Scrap's only died 4 times.
No, he's right there with them. They have been very impressive. I thought this would definitely be one where they were going to have an advantage. I mean, no, we haven't really seen this from Heretics with the team change, but we know what Ultra is capable of. And
you don't want to know what my favorite thing was of that round? Is
what?
that you really showed your age by saying mixtape. Like, that just takes me back to, like, the N1 mixtape days.
I really did, huh?
Yeah. I was like, wow, mixtape, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like montage or something.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I don't even think I meant to say mixtape. I think I meant to say montage.
Fine.
Mixtape came out. You want to go home and watch a DVD tonight, bro?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Ultra looking to close this one out 3-0. We'll see if they can do it on offense. Laid down the hammer of God in the first one. As CleanX is building on a streak once again. Him and Scrap are combined to be 32-6, make it 33-6. Both working towards streaks again. Might as well call in a cruise because Daddy's working for another.
Scrap just walks up the A street, finds a kill, and now he's onto the point. I don't know what just happened there for Heretics, but the A point, they got to retake this as the cross is there for CleanX. Almost finds the second. Can they help out their teammate, though? That is going to be the question. Is Scrap just trying to finesse? Doing the dirty work. His teammates get off a B, trying to help him out. They might be just trying to get all 30 kills at this point.
How do you say get us to map 4 in Spanish? Because that's probably what the comms are right now. This is what hell looks like. They are getting just cleaned up and fried. CleanX.
It's like 4-stack versus solos in ranked.
No, this is as lopsided as it's going to come in the Pro League.
As you just have an absolute spawn trap here in round number 3.
I don't know that we've ever had it come down to lives where not a single point was captured. And it's not going to happen, but there was potential here for somehow an evasion control round to be won on offense without a single point cap. But now you'll get A done, you get the extra minute on. But yeah, you're up 12 lives.
He's 23-2! He's on another 9 spree!
This isn't even like a pro team versus a challengers team. I'm not sure what Miami Heretics are on this map right now, but I don't want to see it ever again.
I'm saying they haven't played in a long time.
I don't want to see it ever again. Let's go ahead and ban this every time going forward if we can. This is not fair.
What's fair? It's very one-sided.
I think the funniest thing to me though is like Envoy's still just vibing. He's 9 and 13. He's at 23 and 3. One more bit of progress to get this done. Maybe one final stand here for the Miami Heretics squad in this map 3.
That would be impressive. 4 versus 19.
It really would.
Yeah, what a last stand that would be. Also had to dodge missiles. Wait, what? That looked like he was in the window to me.
Yeah, that looked pretty good to me. He must have that.
Not a missile expert.
That
though.
missile armor on who deals with it, Gel. 3 lives remaining.
Remember when trophies used to eat those?
Yeah, no, they're very hungry. That's why I said if our like national defense system had them, like we'd never have to worry about anything ever again. Just throw trophies all around the U.S. We'd be fine. But it's still just the 3 lives.
Another one's coming in.
Yeah, no, how many do they have? Like, let's just keep calling them in. Can we just go to a missile POV the rest of this round?
I think we're out.
Okay, we used them all?
Yeah, we used the budget.
Sorry, guys. I know it sounds like I'm trolling a bit, but so we're Heretics. 1 life remaining. 14 versus 1. That one is done. Get me the f out of there.
That's what they're saying. Let's go to Karachi hardpoint.
Holy hell. Like, you ever...
That, I mean, we haven't seen that.
What's the Jim Carrey movie I always try to remember? Is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or whatever, where the story is they go to the doctor and they'll erase their memories, Joe. So doctor will, he basically has a bad breakup, right? Like his girlfriend breaks his heart. Sure. So he goes to a doctor to get all the memories of her erased from his mind. Like if I'm the 4 people on Heretics right now, get me to that fucking doctor immediately.
Why not like the
Let's wipe this one.
thing?
Yeah. So that would have been a faster way to describe it. The Men in Black thing. Yes, that thing.
That works.
Yes, picture Will Smith go boop, boop.
That's it, but 21 and 7 from Scrap. 24 and 4. Insight's got a 1.8. Envoy was hanging out, feet up. No, we haven't seen that on Invasion.
No, that just felt like, honestly, it felt like when we were, that first major, when we were casting Ultra versus Surge, and it was, Surge had broken a GA, they hadn't practiced in weeks, it was embarrassing. Like, Ultra just ran through them that whole series. Like, that map just reminded me of how I felt when I watched that. Like, it's sometimes hard to, like, commentate that, because it was just...
That's our first time definitely seeing the offensive team spawn trapping the defense.
Yeah, no. Joe, like...
That was crazy.
We don't usually, like on the other maps, we talk about it coming down to live sometimes. It isn't usually going to be your winning scenario here on Invasion, but if it is, it's because you've managed to be a big threat at A multiple times, like pause the clock, like it's a very extended round.
Yeah.
They hadn't even captured anything yet, and I was worried it was going to happen. Like,
impressive stuff on Ultra.
Yeah, no, that was insane. That was insane. I mean, they seem to be a little discombobulated. Maybe in the map 1, the comms sounded a little weird. Maybe it was just some kind of server issue they were dealing with. We had that breakout, obviously, after the map 1. Maybe they were flustered. Joe and I were diving deep into the psychology of the team, basically wondering what was going on. Maybe it was just that, because you fire it back with abandon there. Fry them 3 on Invasion Control, one of the most lopsided ones you are ever going to see. And what once looked like maybe an upset, I don't know. I don't know what to think after that one. Like, Ultra, by far the superior team, looking to close it out in Karachi.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing now. Now you get a Karachi hardpoint, which is their bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
It was since the start of this game, 8 and 2 overall. Yeah, it was their home at Major 1. Beat FaZe multiple times.
Yeah.
They're good at this map.
Yeah, we know that Vista, it's a pick for Heretics. They've been solid there. They've won it in back-to-back series. Now, yes, to the home of Ultra. Although, yeah, Invasion Control may have been that home, as they made that very clear in the map 3. But we'll see if they can shut it down here. Looking poised to do it. Seems like the boys have been into a rhythm. Whereas sometimes the victories they've had on that map, it's been Scrap kind of going to work, it being like the one-man turret. It was everybody getting involved there. One of the crazier statistic performances you will see out of CleanX, who ended up on multiple double-digit sprees. Just having his way with the Heretics, lads.
Yeah, boys are just kind of locked in, common right now. Scrap looking at his teammates. Not as many smiles as you would think after a map like that. But they're like, let's just go. Maybe they're mad about the first 2.
Oh, yeah, probably. And, yeah, I mean, he had a 6 KD. CleanX is the highest KD we've ever had in Control this season. So it was that lopsided. That's pretty unbelievable. Yeah, 6 KD is tough to do for, like, I mean, I know the pros can do it in pubs and stuff, but, like, for your average person, that's tough. This was in a professional setting. Like,
well, the old record was 3.25, so.
24 and 4. Yeah, kind of.
Not sure if that one will get broken.
No, that's just 4 deaths is just stupid. It's just stupid. Because CleanX is usually a guy where, listen, he's had some insane maps this year, but you know,
like
usually we talk
24,
about volume.
24.
Yeah, we talk about volume. Yeah. Like he'll be lots of kills, lots of deaths. Not usually that where I felt like he could have written a poem at the same time he was playing. He was relaxing. All smiles now. As he was one with the map there.
Writing a poem, huh?
I don't know.
Like a nice haiku.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Really?
Haiku? I'm not a poetry expert. Do I look like a poetry expert?
Kinda, yeah.
Roses
you
are
kinda
red.
do.
Violets are blue.
I don't know. We'll want to know where you're going with this one.
Joe, I love you.
Okay.
Yeah. How's that for poetry?
It was great.
Thank you.
I think haiku, it has to be like 17 syllables or 13. It's one of the two.
What are you talking about? No, I've heard the word before. I don't know much about poetry, Joe. But the gameplay from Ultra, that was poetry. Beautiful stuff, and now you look to get it done here in the map 4. We take a look back to the match versus LAG on the 13th last week, 39 and 24. That's like a monster stat line out of him, right? Like tons of kills in engagements, but he's still almost double positive. That last game was just, woo, that was something special. May not see that again this year. A reminder, the Major 3 tickets are on sale now. If you want to watch Ultra, do that on LAN. You can do it.
At their land.
Yeah.
There's always a chance as well. Maven will pour maple syrup on himself. Since he is half Canadian.
I don't know.
He's not.
I've kind of been off of that since it ruined my chair. My Herman Miller's just still covered in sauce, dude. There's just a maple syrup stain there forever, and it looks like I wet myself.
Sure. Well,
map 4 time. Opening kills go the way of Heretics. They'll be right into the point, trying to answer back. They got the map 1 Heretics win. Or Heretic got the map 1 win, but now it has been all Ultra since after that massive comeback in the map 2.
and listen, in between the maps, right, when we were looking at the cameras, there were smiles on the Heretic side, right? Just kind of brush it off. It is what it is.
What else can you do?
Yeah, and not much else to do. They're just going to lock in here. In Karachi is one they don't play a lot of. Only 1-1 on the year. Really gotten away with it, but maybe now since the addition of Real, scrims have been going well. Get 27 points on P1. You rotate over towards P2.
Lucky in position early there with Vickle. They got the spot up back alley as well. All the control in the world here, but you get a 4 position. If you're Ultra and you try to make this messy as quick as you can, the first one that pounce though will be Metals. Real following it up. Envoy and Kleenex though get it done with the rival. So the mess is here. They get that done quickly. They push it out, and Envoy with 2. And damage to almost be a 3rd. Great push and poke there by Ultra.
Yeah, no, this is the problem, right? When you don't have control on the left side of the map, kind of put into a tough spot. You take the long route, try to push on through to flip for P3. You go after this one more time. Vickle and Lucky gonna find 2, and they're just gonna attack the hill. Is Heretics through the middle of the map and through red. This Real will take down Kleenex, and they're gonna try to find this scrap time. Now, where do these spawns come in from? Kleenex and scrap. It is not where they want. So you have a 3-on-2 on this rotation towards P3.
Yeah, because you're kind of split up the gun if you're Heretics, kind of lying there. So yeah, split set up for Ultra, and they'll try to get through. How much can you hold on if you're the other side of it? So far, so good. Next hardpoint pops, and already in the point you'll have insight. There's a weird one down there.
Lucky, it's a great spawn here. And that might lead to the break. But through Junk is Metals. He's able to find 2.
Was it him and Scrap that spawn like right next to each other?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. Scrap spawn Bridge. He spawns Chicken. I mean, Chicken's open. Maybe that's just a part of it.
The definition of open has certainly changed over the years. Insight, though, still trying to fight and hold on to this. Reinforcements getting cut down for the Heretic side of it. All lights up purple. They deal with a tough one. Well, and honestly, when I talked to Envoy like during the first major with some of the wonky spawns we got early in the title, he's like, you can deal with them. Well, they do it there.
Yeah, deal with it there. But right on back is Heretics. They're gonna find all 4. They're gonna find the final 15 or so seconds over towards P4. As Kleenex, he's 4-8, so much different stat line than what we just saw in that map number 3 on rotation. Real versus Envoy. Real able to win it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like that's one of the positives about like the Heretics team. Even through the struggles, finding a way to vibe, finding a way to laugh things off. You brush off that loss if you come in here firing. Some teams maybe not capable after you get beat up that much. You'd hope so at this level, but so far they're doing it. Up about 40. 35 still in the point. And it's Envoy, but it's inside. It's inside Toei.
Oh, it is. But you see Clinics and Scrap. This could be great time here for Ultra. They kind of have Heretics spawning in all the way out over towards P5. So you're just kind of at that point where if you are Heretics, you have to just rotate. Trying to win this. The problem is if you die, you're going to be spawning at ult. They're able to win the first gunfight and try to get into this setup as they hold on to this small lead.
You're going to lurk for now. If you're Kleenex, you're the first person here. Point is white, and you're looking to get the info. You know, Metals is back there just trying to find the angle and guarantee yourself a kill. Never quite able to do it. Now things might get a little bit sloppy. Stun able to hit, able to drop him. Metals deals with the early aggression. Now he's going to have to rely on his teammates.
What a life from Metals.
To have to do some work, but yeah, Metals is making plays.
Yeah, he wins that gunfight. Then the nade lands literally on Scrap's lap, so he's going to back on up and backs right up into his teammate, where Vickle's just waiting for him inside of red. But still messy near the hill. Nobody really able to get control. Vickle just trying to find any angle that he can, but he does find 4 in a row.
Yeah, it just gets a little nuts here with the balcony, right? Like some of the plays you're able to make. And yeah, the 4 in a row, we'll see what that can stretch into. But for now, tucked away, soaking the time, challenges the heavy though and drops. Leave it to Lucky though to trade that out and get right back into it. As they'll enjoy the final 10, they'll enjoy 3 through on the feed. Now we get ready for our second set of rotations. Scrap leading the way for Ultra. Metals doing it right now for Heretics. Second set, ready to pop.
Scrap just up top AC. He's able to lock down the middle of the map, get his teammates here. This Clinic's going to get on the hill as they start to trade. So sort of this 30-point lead for Heretics, just slowly going away, and Envoy just showing some presence over towards P2, because it seems like this is where Heretics want to fight on through from this red side and keep control and rotations for P2.
Yeah, they got control of rotation because they get him out of the point.
Yeah,
you don't want to give
up a lot of time.
You don't want to give up all this time, and so far that's exactly what's happening. You're rallying right back into this off of a big hold if you're Ultra. And Ultra, I mean, they broke P2 with ease kind of last time through, so they're thinking, hell yeah, let's soak up this time, go ahead and rotate. We know we have the ability to break on through, and they've just broke on through on the scoreboard as well. Lead over to Ultra.
Yeah, you better hold this if you are Heretics, because now you have Insight working the back alley. It looks like Lucky gonna pick it up though. Nice read from Lucky.
It's not often you get like a 60 on a P1, especially like that type of P1.
And there was like 37 seconds left when they started moving over towards this area. So still a little messy, not as clean as Heretics would like, but they have the numbers in the area and the positioning. It's Real with the dive and the snap on Envoy. Kleenex is there, and he's got the help of his teammates.
I think it was Kleenex and Envoy that kind of made the plays last time that they were able to burst through. This time, you don't allow it. The early setup is paying off. Nearly 30 seconds off of this, and back in the lead are Heretics. So the early rotation, yeah, I mean, it's paying off. You just wish you didn't give up all that time at P1 and could have made that, a little bit of a mess, got a bit of a contest, but Real now doing his thing, trying to break back towards even.
That was huge. Just the fact that he spots Kleenex on this rotation. Metals is here. Oh, but a stun gonna connect. Now Metal is just trying to buy time. And yeah, I mean, Heretics, what they do is they flip the spawns over towards P2, put them on the left side of the map, and Ultra just like, all right, let's just give this up. We're gonna take the rotation and look at the lead now. So
it worked out.
That early investment did work out. 50-point lead for Heretics.
Not gonna answer back if you're Ultra. There's a lot of plays here from Metals last time that really was trying to set them up. Break though starting to come through. Kills there for Heretics, but Kleenex and Insight trying to step up. Kleenex is able to get 2. Nobody in the point though. 4 now. Insight trying to find maybe an off angle, and he's hitting.
Yeah, he's able to watch middle alley and sort of this junk push. Now he's put some shots in, gives that comm to his teammate. Insight now up to 3 in a row. It's just sort of this back and forth battle, which you don't always get on a map like Karachi.
No, I feel
like these full holds.
Karachi for us, I swear, whenever we cast it, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of tight till it's not. It's like 150, 150, and someone just kind of gets a little bit of a flow and pulls away. So far, they're still throwing punches. No one able to find a ton of separation yet. Scrap's just stepping on foreheads as he's wrapping around. The Renetti able to hit for him as he's now up to 27 and 15. Next hard point is up, and similar story, just white for now.
This is actually where Ultra, through the first set, found a ton of time, which it feels like maybe they've started to figure out this hill, right? Where usually it's a hill where you're just trading time back and forth. The spawns it's constantly naded. You push through Fountain, but they found a way to spawn Miami all the way out through the top side of the map. But Miami do fight on back. Behind kills for Metals and Vickle. Kleenex on a 5, not gonna find number 6, and on rotation, Lucky's gonna have a one-on-one versus Insight, and Insight's gonna win it.
Envoy taking him down as well, but it won't lead to much more. Just 10 seconds left to go here. Early rotation will be Insight. So yeah, it was a really nice play from Metals to kind of set up this point for a lot of time for Heretics last time through. You have a chance to answer now if you are Ultra as the next hardpoint gets ready to go. We'll see how they deal with this first push, but 10 away from looking for a lead change and getting ready to go down to the wire. Envoy set up inside of the hardpoint. Here we go.
Yeah, this might just be the difference maker. Last time through, Red Ultra had early presence over towards Red. You just don't really have that. This is a much cleaner setup for Ultra. Right through the pinch is Lucky. He does get traded, and now it's just all about this 3-man hit through Ticket. Ultra trading so far. They're going to have the closer spawns and the numbers.
Yep. Still have plenty of people here.
Yeah, trophy. There we go.
The trophy will certainly help out, but it's Envoy looking for the angles. Really just gonna find Vickle. Vickle's had a few picks trying to take somebody out, but there's always somebody else up. Scrap gets 2, damage into a 3rd, streak up to 4. Over 200 is Ultra in nearing victory and closing out this series after a tough map 1. Is now Scrap on 5 in a row and looking to earn another cruise. He was able to do that so well in the last map. Him and Kleenex really been putting on, but it's really Scrap. He's 34-17. Get the man to a hard point, Joe.
Hey, I mean, listen, since that P2, it has just been all Ultra on these rotations. Every single time they are first inside of the hill. They've just put Miami in such a tough spot. And it could just come down to the gunfights, as you said. The slaying, very one-sided. Scrap still on that 5-3 double positive.
I'll tell you what makes the game easy for some of the plays like Scrap, right? Like he's going to be hard aim. Early rotations make the game very, very easy for him to find his 10 needed for the victory. Pressure to Scrap, but as everyone dies around him, not a lot you can do from the pit. So you're finally going to break in if you are Heretics. Still survived. Maybe another hard point.
You're not going to read this spawn. There's just no way. Scrap spawns up back alley, and yeah, now they're thinking they had the first player, and they did in Kleenex on the rotation over towards P2, but the back alley spawn is there for Ultra, which kind of gives them this rotation. See all the purple arrows now in this spot, so Miami pressure over to them to break on through.
I mean, what? It was Ultra the first time through. They were able to break P2 nicely. This will be Heretics' turn to try and get the break.
I just don't know if they have enough time.
We'll see if they can do it. 10 points needed for Ultra, and they are
gotta
in.
Go.
They gotta go, and they gotta go now. Heretics starting to say that Real thinks he's a dolphin. He's a dead dolphin. He'll drop. Vickle with 1 opening kill. Contest is in with 2 seconds left to go. Did they have enough bodies here? Envoy's turn to try and go ahead and crack in. One more player falls. That'll do it. Ultra bring it back after a tough map 1. They win 3 straight. Really, it's a search and destroy. That's everything. That comeback was terrific. They get the series win. They can smile about it now, but Heretics still some work to do.
I mean, map 2 is sort of the big thing here. The control was not great. They played
not great. Not great's how you want to describe that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe it. This map, I think, yeah, a lot of back-and-forth battles, but the last 3 to 4 hills, the rotation all over towards Ultra. You had a chance there towards the P2, but
like saying I have a lack of hair.
Yeah, you do.
I do. But yeah, not great's one way to put it. They mollywopped. As we now look at the map 4, though, and Scrap was shooting 6,000 damage, 36 kills, 24 non-traded. Maybe not the success in the search and destroy, but my God, the guy will put on to the respawns. Some incredible individual performances from him and Kleenex as well in that map 3.
They just really turned it around. But again, just Heretics put up a battle there in that map 4. Nice sort of mental comeback for them. As you're seeing glimpses, I think, of this Miami team that we haven't seen since stage 1.
Yeah, I just don't know what to put in that map 1.